What I want to share with you today is something that you may be struggling with, and it's okay because we're going to help fix it. But it's something that if you get this right and you start to really be intentional about it, it can change how the rest of your year goes, especially when you are using social media as your digital footprint and as your way of marketing yourself and lead generation. So, welcome to today's Ignite Your Influence on Social Marketing session. And if we haven't met before, my name is Ginna Tassanelli. I'm the owner and founder of Hype Media, Stylishly Branded, and Style Rebel Mama. And we work with experts just like you, as well as corporate clients to help you ignite your influence on social media into a bold and powerful, humanized presence so that you can amplify your visibility, credibility, and revenue. And so I truly have a passion for talking about content marketing today because it's one of the things that creates conversations within your social media profiles, which then can lead to lead generation, which then can lead to sales conversations. And so one of the things that people really typically misunderstand is that they think that content does not sell. Okay. It's not meant to sell. What content is meant to do is it's meant to actually create conversations and to create an experience for your audience where they get to know, like, trust, and eventually want to buy from you. Okay. So, what happens many times is we struggle creating content because we're trying to put content out there that's going to make sales. And if you just bring it down a notch, it becomes so much easier for you. Okay. So it doesn't have to be that complicated, but I think we overthink it. And the thing is you are an expert, you know your stuff, right? So you don't need to overthink it. But when you add a human element into your content, it makes it so much easier. So I was on a call with one of my coaching clients yesterday, and we were talking about her video descriptions. One of her video descriptions said something like, join my Facebook group here, but it didn't give any context to that. Like, why does somebody want to join my Facebook group, right? So we need to, number one, become better storytellers and explain the benefits to why we are asking people to do something within our content. And so I'm going to share with you 5 really simple ways to not only think about content when you are putting it together, but also just strategies to help you make this such an easier process. All right. So I want to start with this. And this is why I'm so passionate about this. As a social media marketing agency, as well as a visibility coach and strategist and mentor. So we have services where we actually do this for you, right? We create your content for you. We do all of the heavy lifting. We post it. We engage with your audiences and so on and so forth. We strategize and we create a plan. And then we also have the other side of our business, which is where I mentor and I coach entrepreneurs in how to do this for themselves. No matter which way you work with us, you are getting our framework that works. Okay. And I'm so passionate about this because I was just on vacation. I just got back from vacation. And while I was on vacation, I got news that one of our newest agency clients, who's only been with us for 30 days, and within 30 days, they have gotten on Instagram alone a 347% in their audience engagement because of the content framework that we have been putting together for them, executing and implementing. Now, here's the thing. This is a client who works with some really big players in the marketing and speaking industry. Huge influencers that you probably follow. You have probably gone to one of their conferences. You have probably watched one of their free masterclasses, or you maybe even gone through one of their funnels. My client is a sales and business coach who's got tremendous expertise, has been in the business for years. However, their content, their digital footprint was way lacking and not at the level of amazingness that he brings to the table. And so, with change in your content framework and the way that you view content and making some really simple tweaks, you can have results like that. Another one of our clients, who's actually a coaching client of mine, She, over the last 2 months, has surpassed her $100,000 month goal. 2 months in a row. Now, it's a combination of working with me as well as with another sales and business coach that she works with. But working with her content and her team to really amplify what they're doing with their content has made huge moves for her in her business. I want you to take notes because what I'm going to share with you are actual real things that we use. It's part of our framework in order to create content that creates conversations and then moves those conversations into leads and then sales conversation. All right. So here are 5 ways to create engaging content that drive sales along with just getting you higher exposure, visibility, and credibility. So number 1, you're probably going to think, really, Ginna? Like, I already know this. You may think that you know it. Okay. First thing, you need to know your ideal clients deeply. All right. Like, more than are they female or male, more than what their age is, more than did they go to college or not, more than are they parents or not. Okay, I am talking about their deep desires, their interests, their pain points, so that you can truly address their specific needs in your content. All right, so I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're a business coach, for example, and you are targeting entrepreneurs. Creating content on time management strategies for juggling multiple tasks is going to be something that will attract entrepreneurs, because us as entrepreneurs, we're constantly juggling all of these things at once, right? So it's more than just saying, here's what I can do for you, click here and sign up. It's creating content that is creating an experience for people so they're actually getting something out of hanging out with you online. Okay. So knowing your ideal client deeply on a real deep level is really important. One of the ways to do this, if you're like, well, I'm just starting out, I don't really know what my ideal client's pain points are, is just research. Research, literally Google it, okay? Or start asking around, like, focused interviews. Ask for 5 people to, hey, would you mind jumping on a call with me? I have some questions about what you do so that I can get to know better how a business like mine can support you. This is just for research purposes. And then offer, I don't know, a Starbucks gift card, right? For doing that favor for you. So things like that. But again, knowing your ideal client is really, really important. Number 2 is you want to tell compelling stories. Using storytelling to connect with your audience emotionally is going to go so much further than just blatantly be promotional to your offers all of the time. Okay, so here's a practical and real example. So let's say that you're a health coach and you share recipes for nutritious meals. Maybe you share exercise routines or stress management techniques, right? Share a story, like a personal story about this amazing recipe that you just ate. And nobody actually knew that there were Brussels sprouts in it, which I love Brussels sprouts. So you could tell me. Or nobody knew that there was, I don't know, tuna in it, right? But make a story out of it and tie it into your personal life or even a client's experience. Do a storytelling of a client. You don't necessarily even have to say the person's name, but when you use real life stories, it really allows for a more emotional connection. And what people tend to forget with marketing is that there's a lot of psychology behind it. And so if you want a sustainable long-term digital footprint that people are actually going to consume and they're going to engage with you and want to actually have conversations with you, using stories is really helpful. Storytelling, not just using like stories in the feature of stories, but I think you know what I mean. Okay. All right. So number 3, provide valuable tips. This is an easy one. Share tips, practical tips, advice, insights related to your industry. People want to learn, right? Think about questions that people typically ask you, frequently asked questions, or even objections, and give tips around those. Here's an example. So let's say, again, that you're a health coach. You can share exercise tips, right? Or tips on how to drink more water, or tips on stress management, right? So those are all different ways of sharing tips. And every time that you share those, you don't have to say, click here to sign up for more help on this, right? I mean, your call to actions could be just something as simple as, what are your favorite ways to deal with stress management? And now you're asking for people to comment their favorite ways without asking anything from them. So there's, that sales wall goes down and you're actually communicating with. All right. Number 4 is you want to engage in conversation. So encourage dialogue and interaction with your audience. One of my favorite things to say is, on a scale from 1 to 10, what does this feel like? Or on a scale from 1 to 10, have you ever felt this? Or have you ever felt like this? Or have you ever struggled with this? Or how difficult is this for you? Or how easy is this for you? It's an easy ask. So it allows for easy and quick engagement. And here's the thing, people on social media are lazy. I know I am. Okay. We are moving quick. We get distracted really quickly. So if you can ask questions that are very simple to respond to, the better. All right. And another way to engage in conversations is you want to share like thought provoking questions in your content and invite comments and discussions around those. Okay. This really helps with fostering more of a sense of community and building relationships on social media. We want to remember that social media can be used literally as if you were speaking to somebody in person. But I know that tech gets in the way. So we feel like, oh, there's this wall. We have to act a certain way. We have to be, behave different. And we become robotic instead of remembering that we are humans. Okay. Number 5, use visuals, use video. Okay. One of my favorite pieces of content is to use videos, images, infographics. There's just so many ways of captivating your message and really getting people to pay attention to you. But it's got to be more humanized. And so what I see a lot of not happening is, I see a lot of promotional images rather than just, regular images. It could be a selfie. It could be just an image of you, or like maybe you're standing around the lake, an image of the lake, but write a story to go along with it, make it captivating. And like I said, video is one of the best ways to create engagement and also to elevate your credibility on social media, because people get to hear your voice, they get to see you, they get to build kind of, a relationship with you without actually knowing you, but it feels like they get to know you for them and vice versa. Okay. See you later. Bye, guys.